What's up, good people? What's up, good people? It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., coming to you from the lab. Y'all know how we do. It's Greatness Thursday. Let me say that again for y'all. It's Greatness Thursday. You know what greatness does? Greatness does the work. Greatness is willing to do the work. Morning, Doc. I saw a reel this morning, and it was Deion Sanders, and he was saying, in order to be great, he called it the 3 W's of greatness. He said you gotta want it, you gotta work for it, and you gotta win it. You gotta want it, you gotta work for it, you gotta win it. And that's what greatness does. And he says, how bad do you want it? Greatness wants it the most. Those who are great wanted it the most, or wanted the most. I'm gonna jump right in. Y'all know what we've been doing this week. We've been talking about the art of leadership, but we've been talking about the traits of a high value leader in the family, in education, in government, and today we're going to talk about high value leader in business. Yeah, we right up the alley today, y'all. We're talking about the high value leader in business. Are you a high value leader in business? Are you that brand? Are you that business that has high value? And we're going to talk about the traits. We've been talking about traits all week long, and principles. These are not only traits but principles. Y'all know I'm about giving y'all principles that you can use all year and forever. It doesn't just this year, but y'all know my goal, my purpose, my mission is to make you better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. That's always the goal. That's always the mission. And bringing you each and every day something that assists you in being able to be 1% better so that you get to where it is that your goal is. So let's talk about these traits of a high-value leader in business. The first trait we talked about is courage. You've got to have courage as a leader in business, as the CEO, as the head, as the entrepreneur of an organization. You have to be willing to make courageous decisions during not just when something happens, but you have to make those courageous decisions that everybody else isn't willing to make. That's what CEOs do. That's what entrepreneurs do. That's what separates you as a leader, as an entrepreneur, from everybody else. You're willing to make those decisions that everybody else isn't willing to make. That's what you get paid for. You get paid to make the difficult decisions. This week, right? This week, the Ravens, you got this crazy offseason going on, right? You got free agency that's going on. So you got players that are trying to leave here to go here, or you got some teams that are offering. And the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens, made a couple of decisions. Their general manager and even Mr. Bisciotti, who was the owner of the Ravens, he's the one with the money. He the one that said yes or no to the decision. But he had to be courageous, and they had to be courageous in some of the decisions that they made, because they had to let some players go. They said, hey, we may care about you, we may respect you, but there's some hard decisions that we had to make because of the budgets that we have and what we're trying to do with as an organization. Are you, as a high value leader in business, courageous enough to make those decisions? They lost a couple of players. They lost several players. I'm going to say a couple players. They lost several players. They let one go that I don't agree with that they did let go. I don't agree that they should have let him go. Because there's no way in the world to me that Gus Edwards should have been let go. But those are the courageous decisions that they make. They in letting him go, they brought in another player to replace him. That is as good. I'm not going to say better at this point in his career, because the numbers didn't say that to me. So you got to be courageous enough to make those decisions. That's the first thing. As a business owner, you've got to be courageous. As a high value leader in business, you got to be courageous. The second one is vision. You got to have vision. You have to be a visionary. Entrepreneurs are visionaries. Leaders are visionaries. So are you a visionary? And do you have the skill set and the ability to conceptualize and drive your vision forward? Your business, your brand, do you have the ability to drive it forward, to move it forward? Like I told you, it's always about being better. It's always about getting better, being better. What do I need to do in order to be able to make me better and make those that are around me better? How do I do that as an entrepreneur? And how do I achieve that as an entrepreneur? So you got to be courageous. You got to have vision. Third one is you got to be strategic. You have to be a strategic thinker. As a high value leader in business, you formulate business strategies to navigate the market changes and the competition. Always. That's why the businesses that you see that are successful, they are successful. They're successful because the leader has the ability and has a strategy, has formulated a strategy to navigate the market changes and the competition. I love watching, and I tell y'all this all the time on the History Channel, the businesses that built America, the food that built America, the titans that built America, because it gives you an in-depth behind the scenes, not even behind the scenes, but it tells the story of all of these high-value leaders in the industries. They had the strategies. They had the strategies. They had the ability to be able to navigate through the market changes and be competitive with their competition, and sometimes even merge with the competition. So you got to be a strategic thinker. High value leaders in business are strategic thinkers. You got to have empathy. You must have empathy. You can't be a high value leader in any of these industries and not have empathy. But in business, you have to have understanding, and you have to understand personal situations of those that work with you, that work for you, and those that you serve. And you have to be willing to provide support. One of the things that, to me, that a high value leader in business does is they're not just like those people that you serve. You're willing to pour into the community that you are part of. That's what empathy is. That's what high value leaders do. They pour into those that they serve. They pour into those that work for them. And they have an understanding. They have a clear understanding of, hey, I know that, that Susie is going through something right now. I want to make sure that she's okay. I know that Brad, or Lamar is going through something. So I want to make sure that he's okay. That's what empathy is, y'all. So you, as a high value leader in business, you got to have empathy for those that work for you and those that you serve, and even those that you work with as well, that you work with, those that you may be partners with, those that you may be collaborating with. Show empathy, and have the expectation of empathy being shown to you as well. So, along with empathy, you must be resilient. Here's the next one. You must be resilient. As an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you know, you must have the ability to bounce back from failures and setbacks, because you're going to have them. Any entrepreneur that tells you that they've never had a setback, that they've never failed, run away from them as quick as possible, because they're lying to you. There's not one entrepreneur that has not failed. There's not one entrepreneur that has not had setbacks. So are you resilient enough to come back from a setback? That's what high value leaders in business do. They have the ability, they have the strength, the wherewithal to come back from a setback. They come back from a failure. It's got to be in you. That's not something that can be taught. It's not something that anybody can give you, that I can give you, that your mama can give you, your daddy can give you, your auntie can give you, your grandmama can't give it to you. No, you have to have that inside of you, the resilience inside of you. High value leaders in business have resilience. The next one is humility. We must be able to be humble in the capacity and positions that you are, because you're not going to get anywhere by looking down on people. High value leaders in business, they humbly acknowledge the contributions of their team members, those that, again, that work for you. Humbly, acknowledge the contributions that those that you work with come with, and even have a humble spirit when it comes to those that you serve, because you understand that those are the ones that make your business grow and go. Because without them, you could have the greatest product in the world, but if ain't nobody buying it, it's irrelevant. So we have to remain humble as a leader in business, as a high value leader in business. So carry yourself with humility. Decisiveness. You got to be decisive. Know what you want, where you're going, how to get there, and be willing to, what we'll talk about next. But as a high value leader, making timely decisions to seize opportunities or to navigate challenges. Is that you? Do you have the ability to make timely decisions to seize opportunities or navigate challenges? That's what high value leaders in business do. That's what greatness does. Yeah, it's all about being high value leaders. The art of leadership is about operating at such a level that you require certain things of yourself, you require certain things of those that are around you. So along with decisiveness, you also must be adaptable. As a high value a leader in business, you must adapt business strategies to navigate shifts in the market or the industry that you're in. Are you adaptable? Do you have the skill set, the ability to be able to shift when shifts are needed? Y'all know we went through the pandemic. We're still, teetering at the end of it. I still don't think it's over, because there's still things going on that they're just not talking about. But there was some adjusting and some shifting and adapting that needed to be done going into the pandemic, during the pandemic, and now coming out of the pandemic. What shifts have you been able to make? What adaptations have you had to make? Industries have changed. Markets have changed. Have you been that high value leader in business that has been able to change? And you've got to take a serious look. Today, part of your homework is taking a serious look as an entrepreneur, as a leader, and asking yourself, am I adaptable? Am I willing to listen and to shift and do the things that are necessary in order for me to be able to be successful, for my brand to be successful? If not, you got some work to do. As a high-value leader, you must also be inspirational in your communication. And I always say communication and connection go together, because I don't want you to just, as a high-value leader in business, you don't just communicate. You have to connect. And high-value leaders in business, they communicate not only a compelling vision that inspires employees, to excel, but it also, you connect with them in such a way, those that work for you, that they want to and can see your vision and assist you in moving forward with it. Yeah, everybody has to buy into your vision as an entrepreneur, as a high value leader in business. And I'm gonna go back to the Ravens again too. They have a motto: play like a Raven. And there's certain criteria that they look for in a player. And you have to meet that criteria, that standard, in order for them to want you to play for their organization. And you as an entrepreneur, as a high value leader in business, you should have the same you should have criteria as well, where you want a certain type of person that works and understands your vision, is willing to buy into your vision and work towards your vision, because that's what they're doing. Anybody if you work with someone, you're working someone else's vision. Let's be real. If you want your own vision or have your own vision, you're going to have people that work for you. Like I have the vision for my company, J&F Enterprises. Yes, I have a vision for my business. And those that I bring on or that I hire, they have to buy into that. Just as someone who is going, that you're going to bring in, will have to do the same for you. But you've got to be able to communicate that inspirationally and on a certain level of connection. Because if you don't, you're going to get some that don't buy into the vision, and they may only be there for the money, and then they'll move on. And that's fine. That's what they do. That's what they do. But there's a certain standard that you must have as the entrepreneur, as the high value leader in your business. And you want everybody to understand the high value standard that you bring in. So what's your high value standard that you just absolutely have to have people have in order to be able to work for you and work your vision? And then the last one is integrity. You got to have integrity. Everything else stems from you having integrity. Because if you don't have any integrity, then you won't do any of these other things, I promise you. You really won't. High value leaders in business, they adhere to ethical business practices and corporate responsibility, but also just a way of life where you treat people the right way, you do things the right way, you are operating in such a manner that you not only have integrity, but with integrity comes respectability. People will respect you for the high value leader that you are. But they can't respect you if you don't respect yourself, and respect yourself enough to have integrity. So I want you to understand these principles that I'm giving you today, and being, having integrity, being communicating and being inspirational in your communication and connection, having adaptability, being decisive, having humility, and being resilient, having empathy, being a strategic thinker, having vision, and being courageous from a high value leader in business perspective. I told you it's Greatness Thursday, y'all. This is what greatness is. I want you to walk in your greatness. And these are the principles, these are the attributes, these are the traits of those that walk in greatness from a high value standpoint. In business, in your family, in government, in education. And we'll talk tomorrow about the church. Yeah, we're going to go into it. Doc, we're going to go into it tomorrow, talking about having high value, being a high value leader in the church and what that looks like. So these are principles that we give y'all, because I want us to be able to operate. You can't unleash your entrepreneurial excellence. You can't unleash your high value excellence if you don't have a set of principles, a set of values that you're willing to operate by. And that's what I'm hoping that after this week, that you'll come away with. You come away with those. I want y'all to understand that. So I can't. I'm just hyped about this week, and I hope these videos are giving some sense of moving us forward in all kinds of ways, y'all, because that's what it's about for me. So that's what I got. I want you to, told you I'm on my purpose to get 1,000 subscribers to my YouTube channel. Hop on over to the YouTube channel. You can find it. I have, this video will be there, and all of my other videos that I've had and I'm doing. It's part of me pouring into to those entrepreneurs and those leaders that are looking to be able to unleash their entrepreneurial excellence in 2024. And to be better. And you can, you can grab the Art of Leadership. You can grab my book. I actually got it here today. This is the book where that title came from this week, where I talk about leadership from these different dynamics that we have here. You can DM me. You can connect with me. I'll put the link tree in the comments so that you can have that as well. Because I think it's something that, as leaders, this is something that every leader needs to be able to read and be able to understand. Whether from from the family all the way to the church. This leadership in the 21st century. We've got to do better. We've got to be better. And hopefully these things that I'm doing assist us in being able to be better than leaders. It's your boy, Dr. Leroy McKenzie Jr., the Impact Builder. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a it's supposed to be great outside today, dude. So go get some vitamin D. Get some sunshine. We'll talk to y'all soon. Have a great day.